Gemini, and trying. Let's see what the Gemini's got going. I feel something better for Geminis now that Venus is on their sign. I feel good for the Geminis. Let's see. Gemini, your first card for this week is the Seven of Cups in reversed. So, this is about stop getting lost into too many options, too many dreamy energy. You need to focus on the real beautiful thing that you have. It's almost like beautiful things are showing up, but you're like, hold on, I want to see if there's more. Look at the world today. It's kind of like in this kind of, world we live in. It's like, oh, like maybe this restaurant will be more open and that will be more. And it's like, okay, how much longer are you going to keep watching the news to realize that a lot of things are not changing? Like take the beautiful gifts that are right now in your life and open up and maybe look at those more instead of like, well, let me see what else is next. Or even if you're in a partnership, Gemini, it's like, well, let me just see if they'll change a little bit more. I'll have a dream that they can. No, there's not a lot of changing going on.
Nope.
The shadow that we got here, sacrifice. Look at you. You're not willing to make the sacrifice for some beautiful thing and gift. You want to keep looking around, so you're not ready to sacrifice for anything, and that's your issue. That's your shadow. That's your problem, especially with this yacht. It's all in your head. That your fate is that your head is blocking, especially intimacy, and your head is blocking the big plans. It's like you're all work, or then you're like, no, I can't have any pleasure. Like, are you crazy?
Pleasure comes first.
Judgment reverse. Look at this. This is like, you're missing your calling because you're looking around too much at things out, like Craig said it earlier for Leo's, like looking too much outside for something to fix. You're looking at it kind of more like, is there something better outside when I have amazing things right now that are in alignment with God, the universe, and all the things that would get me and propel me to where I want to go? And you already know what that is. And so it's like, you need to see what you've already been offered. And I would say that you need to be willing, are you willing to make a sacrifice that's probably very minor to the benefits that you have? How do you get through that whole sacrifice thing? Virgo, you need to reanalyze this whole thing of like, you think that you'd be sacrificing everything when really maybe it's, Virgo is so small. It's so small, the thing that you're trying to sacrifice, that you would have to sacrifice, yet you've created an abundantly huge energy that you would lose some big thing that you're not going to get anything out of. Like, it's like, it's so tiny. Reanalyze what you think that you would sacrifice. You'd probably sacrifice something so small it'd blow your mind that you're missing out on something so big. Wow, you got judgment again. So you got double judgment. You're judging a lot of situations and a lot of people that are unfair, or you're even judging yourself in ways that are unfair. But I would say the judgment with this Seven of Cups reversed is saying, hey, it's time for you to realize that there is a gift from God that is in alignment with your destiny, that is in the divine, that is meant for your calling to rise up. And it's time for you to rise up, and it's not time to continually wait to see, like when you rise up, like, well, I don't know, like, I don't really want to rise up till it's like this or like that or like this. It's like, oh my gosh, like God's not going to keep changing the matrix for you and keep coloring the sky. And, it's not going to just be pigs flying, but the dogs aren't going to fly either. And the frogs aren't going to fly either. And the cows ain't going to fly either. And like the cars aren't going to fly right away yet either. You know what I mean? So rise up, while you've got it.
Rise up.
Wow, you got the 10 of Cups in reversed. Look at you. You want this beautiful, this is one of the most amazing relationship cards, 10 of Cups. It's like everything finally comes together in life to build the ultimate happiness, family, or the love and relationship life you want. But there's a big judgment going on deep inside of you, or maybe somebody's judging you and you need to get the fuck out. If somebody's judging you, you need to get out because there's a lot of judgment here, but I'm feeling a lot of self-judgment, and I'm feeling a lot of finicky energy because I think that you keep looking around for all these other things when you have something that you know is in alignment and God's telling you it is, and you're like, but that's too much of a sacrifice. This is your own greed. This is your own Uranus retrograde in the 12th. You are not realizing that you can only get the good things in life, Gemini, when you sacrifice this whole idea of how the way you want it to look, because it's your mind that will screw it up, not really realizing that you miss out on so many things in the physical world because of your mind. That's why Uranus is retrograding in Taurus for you. 12th house, don't miss out. Sun in the 11th in Libra. Yeah, this is definitely saying that, it's about being better and understanding people all around and how people are, and understanding that there's a lot more pieces to the puzzle than just like one or two pieces. That, it's like, I feel like when it's coming about relationships for you right now, it's like, it's either this or that, black or white, you know? And it's like, maybe there's a lot more things to look at before you determine black or white. And I think that you've been running off your head more than your heart or at all. And I think that you need to really take a better look at things and more specific things, especially with that 7 of Cups reversed.
Yeah, with all those judgments too, it might be like we're allowing other individuals' judgment to kind of dictate how this relationship is going to go. Because at some point, you know, if we listen to people for long enough, there's a good chance that we're going to start believing those judgments, and then we're going to start passing it on and say, oh no, we're nitpicking now. And we're saying, oh, maybe they are right. Maybe this individual isn't right for me. When deep down you know that that's some bullshit. You don't need to be listening to them. You need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to your partner. Okay, if there are judgments, then it's not going to be a healthy relationship. If you're judging your partner, if they're judging you, no, not going to work. There needs to be a clear understanding of who you are as an individual and who you're going to be in this partnership. And you can't let any of this outside noise kind of ruffle those feathers. If you're going to ruffle them, be it for a legit reason. Be it for a reason that you want to stand on those convictions, not someone else's idea.
Well, yeah, and I think you bring that up because it's like, with Uranus retrograde in the 12th house, that's the past. So it's like, Geminis, believe it or not, hold on to the past hardcore. And that's because the mind wants to kind of continually try to figure out the past to do the best thing in the future. But it's like, that's an analytical way of looking at things, right? Like how they're using, you know, let's look at the data to make sure in the past how things go. But it's like, there's something about Geminis not realizing that the more you surrender to the past, and that's water under the bridge, and look at the moment and look at where things are at now, things change in life, because there's been plenty of judgment on you your whole life. Why are you doing that back the other way?